Hello, guys, and welcome to our first video out of the video series that's going to be related to brand management and international marketing. We'll be exploring different concepts and different ideas related to marketing. So, in today's video, we're going to start with the first chapter, which is customer based brand equity, which is a work by Kevin Lane Keller, published in his book in 2007 named Strategic Brand Management. In this video, we'll be exploring the key concepts and the ideas that are central to understanding the impact of brands on customer behavior. So, what does this concept mean? Customer based brand equity refers to the added value that a brand brings to a product or a service beyond its functional attributes. In the perception, it's also the perception and the emotions that customers associate with a brand and the impact that these associations have on their behavior towards the brand. The way that a customer thinks, feels, or acts towards a brand has a significant impact on the success of the brand. Keller identified four key elements that make up customer based brand equity. These include brand loyalty, brand awareness, perceived quality, and the other brand associations. Starting with the brand loyalty. Brand loyalty meaning how much or how loyal are you willing to be to a certain brand. And that also impacts your responsiveness towards their ads or anything related to that brand. The second thing, which is brand awareness. Brand awareness is only one stage of the awareness. What's it called? So, the second component, as we said, is related to brand awareness. And brand awareness is the first stage of the marketing funnel, or as it's called, the lead funnel, which is basically the journey that a customer go through to make finally the purchase. And it starts with the brand awareness, which is how does the customer get to know that a brand exists. The next element comes the brand knowledge, which means that the customers actually start finding out a little bit more about the brand, whether it's through advertising or through him going and searching, and that adds up building to the purchase. Okay, and then once the customers make the purchase, there is what we call the post-purchase evaluation. Here, the customer rethinks and sees if his investment was actually worth it. So yeah, brand awareness is also a very key identifier out of the four identifiers of the customer-based brand equity. Moving on, there is the perceived quality, and here we should make a small distinction between actual quality and perceived quality. So actual quality is the quality of the product, the objective quality of a certain product. Here comes the role of a marketer to uh, to to amplify this. The third component, which is the perceived quality, and here we should make a distinction between two main concepts. The first one is the actual quality, and then the perceived quality. The actual quality is simply the actual quality of a certain product, objectively speaking. Then we have the perceived quality. Is the perceived quality is what the customer thinks that a product has a certain quality. This where comes the job of a brand manager or of a marketer essentially is to amplify this perceived quality so that the customer believe that the perceived quality is higher than the actual quality, and this is what actually and eventually ends up to making the purchase. So I believe that that the value of a certain product or service is higher than what it actually is, I would be happy to pay my money. And finally, the last component, which is other brand associations, which is basically the competitive comparison between your brand and your other competition in the market, which is very important because we should not forget that we are not the only ones in the market selling or dealing in the same niche. There are other competitors, and they're also doing market analysis, doing their advertising, which is something very important to keep in mind in order for us to succeed. So all of these components together should gather up to create a strong and favorable, unique image of the brand in the minds of their customers. And when these customers are combined effectively, it creates a competitive advantage for the brand and for its products and services. And another important point mentioned in the chapter, which is understanding your target audience, which is very crucial when it comes to creating brand associations that resonate with the clients. Brands must gain an understanding of their target audience needs, preferences, and values in order to create brand associations that will appeal to them. For example, if a brand is targeting a health conscious audience, they might choose to associate their brand with healthy lifestyles and eco friendliness, making them more appealing to this demographic. This is not only appealing in terms of the value exchange, it's also important in terms of cost. Let's imagine a situation where you're putting your product or publishing your ads, whether on Facebook, whether on its Google search or email marketing, which are all mainly types of paid media. So imagine you're paying these daily costs to advertise your product, and you are ended up targeting the wrong audience or the wrong target. So no matter how much you spend, no matter how good your creative is, meaning your video or your image, you will end up losing your money for nothing because you chose the wrong target. Here, let's go and give a small example of brand that has successfully targeted their audience, which is Apple, famous Apple, that has targeted the tech-navy and design-conscious audience by creating brand association with innovation, simplicity, and elegance. By doing so, they have established a strong brand equity and loyal customer base, which is very clever and intelligent move by Apple to associate themselves with these attractive concepts to make people feel like they are, for example, innovative, they are elegant, they are productive when having an Apple or any Apple device, basically. Another point, which is very important to mention here, which is the marketing mix. Marketing mix decisions also play a significant role in shaping customer perceptions of a brand. For example, a premium pricing strategy can contribute to a perception of high quality, while a well-executed advertising campaign can increase the brand awareness, which is uh, which is very popular. For example, with a high-ticket brand, or for example, when we talk about fashion, when it comes to Gucci, when it comes to Balenciaga and the other brands, the actual cost of producing the material is not that high. But by pricing it high, and even sometimes by having long queues outside of the store, gives the customer the perception that this brand must be of high quality, or why would it charge this amount of money, or why would be these amounts of people waiting to get that product. Therefore, companies must be carefully considerate of all these elements to ensure that they align with the desired brand image and contribute to the customer-based brand equity. To summarize, the concept of customer based brand equity provides a comprehensive framework for understanding the value that a brand can bring to a product or service. By understanding the components of customer based brand equity and the impact of marketing mix decisions, organization can create and sustain a competitive advantage in their markets. Brands with strong customer based brand equity are more likely to succeed in the long term as they have established a long and favorable image in the minds of their customers. And that concludes our in depth examination of the customer based brand equity chapter. We hope that now you know or have a deeper understanding of the importance of building and maintaining a strong brand image in the minds of customers. Thank you for joining us today and stay tuned for our future videos. Thank you very much.